Arsenal 1-0 winners today versus Crystal Palace. Eze scoring his first Arsenal goal against his former club and celebrating as well, funny enough. Interesting. But some goals as well.
He didn't do like the full on. It's a God thing, innit? He had to, you know.
He didn't like run off. He did like a slight low jog like
this. Yeah. Thank you to my Lord.
Like, big up everyone as well.
What did you make of this game? You're now 6 points clear in the table. Obviously, Man City, we'll talk about them very shortly as well, dropping points today. But another game, clean sheet, defensively looking absolutely solid. What
I don't know about that one today, you know. Like, obviously, we kept the clean sheet again, which obviously is very cold. But I'd argue this is probably our worst performance of the season. Even though we lost to Liverpool and there's been a couple dodgy results here and there.
Worse than the United one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the United one gets overblown because it was game 1 of the season. They're going to be amped up and whatnot, but I don't think we're even bad in that game.
That was just a warning.
That was just a warning. United
You go.
No. So it's like, first off, we're very sloppy. Obviously, we know about Oliver Glasner. He brings up the mid block and there's nothing you can do. You don't know who to track. You don't know what passes to make. Mitchell and Gahey had Saka clamped completely. Everybody was just kind of meaty. But then, of course, inevitable. Gabriel wins the flick. Eze done a little Di Canio thing for those of us who remember. Remember that goal? Wait, done a little Di Canio thing. Don't worry about that.
For those of us that remember.
What's that, 95? I
think it's like 97.
Yeah, I want to say it was a little bit later.
Yeah, it probably was. But yeah, so we get the goal and then from that point, all right, I feel a little bit more comfortable. But I do think we were there to be got at defensively today. Obviously, Saliba came off. It might be injury. I don't know. I feel as though Arteta slightly was going to hook him anyway regardless because Mosquera came on, obviously dealt with Mateta a little bit better. But again, there was apparently one shot on target we conceded. I don't remember who had it. I didn't see any shot on target, but apparently that record has come to an end. But in general, they kept on getting in behind. It was just good last-minute blocks from Gabriel, and obviously Timber was moving like Ronaldinho as well. Right? I don't know what don't know what I want for him, but like you said, 6 points against Palace, a team that we know can just stun you. Obviously, last year we drew 1-1 at home. Just get me the 3 points. Let me get out of there. Like, not every game is you're gonna bag 2, 3, 4 goals. So you just firm it.
I mean, I feel like as every week, because Arsenal keep scoring set pieces, you feel like you're talking about set pieces every single week. But my thing is, a lot of people are looking at Arsenal. That stat has gone viral. Arsenal have scored 9 set pieces, 2 from penalties. 2 from penalties and 5 open play, and 56% of it or whatever. And everyone's talking about that. But I think like a lot of people are not speaking about like when it comes to Arsenal, right? They are controlling every single aspect of a football match. That even when you're looking, I think Palace are a very good team. I'm sure you do as well. Yeah. Palace are a very good team.
Yeah.
And I know you're saying they got in behind a bit, but I still look at these teams. I'm like, you're not giving it a true go when you're coming up against Arsenal. Even to the point that we saw Man City not really give it a go. Yeah. Teams are coming up against Arsenal and playing the lowest blocks and are barely even having counter-attack threats. So when people are saying like, Arsenal not shooting much and not scoring much from open play, if you actually watch it in the course of the game with your eyes, there's not much space or opportunities too, which the set piece then opens up and then potentially floodgates can open. But when you're actually watching the game, this is why Arsenal ending matches with 0 XG conceded because guys are not actually giving a goal. Like it's like remember like Liverpool 1920, City at their best.
Inevitability.
It was like, you're about to watch attack v defense for 90 minutes, and that's why I think so. I think
so. Then is it a case of where, as you said, teams were almost 1-0 down before they came up against City,
bro,
where they knew they were going to concede, and it's like we're just going to do it back to the order. Are you saying then teams are coming out almost like knowing that they're not going to score against Arsenal? I mean, so therefore they're just almost like
came out beforehand. They were saying like, "Oh, this is a free hit to go to the Emirates." Normally, I'm not used to Palace players saying that about my team. Do you know what I mean? And furthermore, I agree with you because people act as though the set pieces, we do like Dragon Ball Z instant transmission and suddenly it's a corner. How are we getting the corners in the first place? How are we getting the free kicks in the first place? Because we've pushed them back so far into their own box, they have nowhere to go. You win a corner, you win a free kick, and then boom, there goes your set piece goal. We aren't just like waiting there with Gabriel at centre back saying, all right, boom, let's go get a corner now. Like that.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, as you said, when Man City, when Liverpool, when you've lost before you've crossed the white line, it's starting to feel like that because I always say at least have a counter-attacking threat. At least. I have no issue with teams playing low block, whatever. That's the nature of the game. But you always want to have that outlet, that opportunity to, can we do something going the other way? And I feel like so many teams are coming against Arsenal and just like, they're defeated. It's like they don't even believe they can get a goal, bro. Yeah, I mean, and look, that was the case for the Chelsea 05 teams as well. Remember when they weren't conceded? I remember, in 2004, 2005,
Go on.
yeah, when Chelsea went on that long run and they actually started running a poll on the Sun. Who will be the first person to score against Chelsea? That's how hard it was to score against Chelsea. For those of us who remember, you know what I mean? And then it was, what's that? Luke Moore.
Luke Moore.
Charlton.
For Aston Villa.
Aston Villa, the youth
Black
product.
Mixers,
Yeah.
Black Johnny.
I remember, yeah.
He's the one that scored the goal, I believe, to end that run anyway, right? But it might have been 05, 06, I can't remember. But that is how it feels like with Arsenal at the moment. Like, teams are not believing that they're going to go and score.
Tyrone actually sends a super chat here. Tyrone Suchi says, do you reckon Arsenal break the 15 goal conceded record? And I feel like we've had little bits of discussion of that. But as an Arsenal fan, are you going into this season almost like he said, every game you almost know you've got that steel curtain?
Can I be honest with you? Obviously, you'd love to break it, and it's one of the most impressive records that we've seen ever in the Premier League. 15 goals is ridiculous. For any era, that is insane. But at the same time, the amount of stress that I'm under, even now with this shot on target stat, I sit there and I'm starting to feel like, do I need to appeal if they start getting a shot on target? I start getting nervous, I start getting heated. But at the same time, you know that like come Christmas time, January, when the games come thick and fast and they start bringing FA Cup and Champions League, you're going to end up conceding a couple goals here and there. I just can't see. It's possible, innit? It's possible. If there ever is going to be a team currently that's going to get even close, it would be Arsenal. We actually had the record before them with the 17 goals and whatnot. But I don't know. Injuries permitting, maybe. But I don't think it will happen. I see more like a 20 goals.
I think, I don't know. It's a stat that you just can't imagine it being broken, right? So I'm going to probably say no, because I think Christmas times, when Arsenal are going further in the Champions League,
FA Cup.
whether they win the matches or not, or FA Cup, you know what I mean? Arsenal will go deep in all competitions. I think little goals, you know, you might win a game 3-2. Or
exactly.
Little things. I don't think it's now going to be like bare losses or anything, but we're talking about just conceding a goal.
No, I agree.
I think it might be
like a 20 thing is 19, 20 kind of goals.
Yeah. What's the lowest since that season though? Since
I don't think
15,
anyone's gone below 20, have they?
Because I think we did 22. I think we might have did 22.
It might be like Liverpool or something. Remember when Liverpool were like they won there? I think they won like however many games and had like one drop in between that. They might be close there.
We need to take a look into that.
1920, they conceded 33.
Who did?
Liverpool 1920 when they won it.
That's a lot. That's got me 15 ain't easy.
I'm just having a quick gloss.
I think United
in
in 08-09 conceded 22.
08-09.
Yeah.
08-09. Here we are.
City might be close as well, because there were some times where it felt as though them man just win every game like 2-3-0. They score one and the game's done. Turn it off. You can't even hate watch.
15 goals is a lot. I mean, when you think about Fergie's greatest teams couldn't do it. Pep's greatest teams couldn't. 15 goals.
Like, the mad thing is, mathematically, it is on in terms of like if we do this
24.
Again.
24.
And you lot were joint actually that season with Chelsea. Chelsea conceded 24 but finished third.
Hey, Chelsea is some defensive monsters, isn't it?
Do you know what's crazy? You lot both scored the same amount of goals as well. 68, both of you scored. 24, you both conceded. You guys had 83 points. You had 90 points. They had 83.
This is what you got to do. You got to win. You got to nick them. You got to nick some games, isn't it? You got to nick some games. That's crazy.
That's actually crazy. Scoring the same number of goals but finishing 2 whole places apart. That's mad.
So Menya, what have you made of Eze so far then?
You know what?
His goal today, but there was starting to be a little bit of chirpings that, maybe we do miss Odegaard.
Keep the same energy for Xavi.
A few of that, no, hear me out.
Keep the same energy.
This is exactly what I was going to mention. The first guys doing the murmurs were the Spurs fans. They were like, Xavi Simons and Eze, they're having similar seasons, you know, they're trying to group us together. I say, well, hold on a minute. Don't group us together like that. Obviously, when he first came in, he was playing on the wing a little bit, and we're all like, okay, cool, we like this, because it's Eze, that first shoulder drop, changing lives and whatnot, but we want to see you centrally. Odegaard went down. I do feel like people were kind of understating Eze's influence. I think the game just before last, today he was all right. It was Crystal Palace. We kind of struggled in the first half. On the whole, I think he's been all right. I think he's made some important passes, but a lot of them, didn't lead to goals because let's say you put like a crazy slide rule pass for Gyökeres, and we know Gyökeres is gonna, someone's gonna run next to Gyökeres and then the ball's gone, and then the ball's gone. So a lot of the times we aren't seeing the Eze assist or whatever. He's had a few shots on the edge of the box, but I'm happy so far in that he's in a team and he's contributing whilst also adapting slowly. It's different being the main guy in your team to now being part of a potential title-winning team.
I mean, I was saying, win the league with if Arteta wins the league with Gyökeres up top.
What do you make of him so far? Because he's got 5 games, I think now he hasn't scored in the last 5 games. Performance-wise, he did score against Atletico Madrid, but in the league, he hasn't scored. What do you make of him so far? And
would you look at the time?
Hey,
you know what's so bad? I always feel like with Arsenal fans, it's like they either rate him or really don't rate him. Like there's no in between.
I'd like to think that I'm somewhat of a sensible and sane person. So obviously I'm gonna back him no matter what. And whenever he bags, you're gonna see me doing the celebration and I'll do it. But realistically, am I enjoying what I'm seeing? No. I feel as though people a couple of weeks ago were doing the whole like thesis and whatnot about like he's the sacrificial lamb and whatnot. I didn't pay 65 M's for the lamb. I just want you to score the goals, bro. There are games where he does do the hold up play very well, and then people still slander him for it. I think, for example, Newcastle away, there were a few good touches there, but then a couple dives is what people will hold on to. But then there's other games where I'm like, bro, you're doing like what. Remember when Højlund came to the Emirates that time, and he was just trying to like drag guys about, and it was like it looks promising, but it's like realistically, what's going on here? And I want to see you get off more shots, but the problem is he takes a bit too long to release it. Like there will be time where he'll run through on goal, and he's thinking, all right, do I go with the left? Do I go with the right? Before you know it, the defenders come and swept it away, and we win a corner. So I'm not mad at it so far in it. Like it's but I can't pretend that it's like something crazy.
You're enjoying
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just.
What do you reckon he finishes the season up with in terms of goals?
No, the thing is he'll bag 20. I think all comes he'll bag 20.
Okay.
But I don't think he's cold. It's gonna be one of them ones where every game he doesn't bag will be a fail comp. But then if he plays 89 minutes, you're there making your fail comp because it's been a bad game and he scores. You gotta delete that, bro.
You know, it's the Fernando Torres. Remember Fernando Torres? I think it was in 12-13 season. Yeah,
For Chelsea.
Chelsea
He still ended up the season with like 20-something goals. I mean, when you're watching it, you're like,
do you remember even Darwin's first year though? Where people were criticising him, and then at the end of the season, you look at it, you're like
20-something GA.
Hold on,
he'll bag.
So it could be one of those things as well. Basic Footy sends a super chat here. He says the league runs through Arsenal. Arteta runs this league. Agree with that?
Yeah, right now.
I mean, at the moment, it's looking nice, isn't it? But I'm not gonna act like we've won the league or something. It's match day 9 or something, right? We've got 29 games to go. So at any moment, City can just turn it on and bag.
I don't know.
Purely because of Erling Haaland, not because of Man City being great. Erling Haaland, if he stays injury-free.
Do you feel like this is your best opportunity to win the league, though? Especially with the way, obviously, Liverpool have been going the last couple of weeks. We'll delve into Man City as well.
For sure.
But the way those two teams are kind of how they're acting,
the
way you've addressed the market, the way you've started the season.
Yeah, I think that the depth thing is probably the really important thing. Because obviously people will like laugh if you say, the injuries had an impact, when the Saliba injury against Sporting, the first time and whatnot, and Saka going down and Odegaard going down. I think it's the first time where, although we have our 3 or 4 extremely key players, there are players that can step in for them for 2 or 3 games and still hold their own. So definitely, it's a thing where this should be the one where now everyone's experienced. You've done it 3 times now. 4th time, please. Enough of this, man. Just give me the trophy, man. Enough.
Nah, fair play.